Alright, we're not going to waste any time here though, because hopefully we've got enough time for a best of 5. And then, maybe another one if I could find people who are down to go, like, you know, straight off the bat. Straight off the bat. But Fairy Peak there versus Jessie. So, a lot of people are expecting a quick 3 games. I think Jessie might take a game. He's definitely a massive underdog here. What wheels am I using? I'm using ARAs, and on the pink team I've got the, what are they called? The K, they begin with K, Kalios. Somebody in chat could probably tell you. Rip Jessie. We're soon to find out. Jessie has been practicing recently. I know that he was on my stream to play against Snasky, and I was doing a bit of a meme cast, but I thought, hey, we'll give Jessie another try, see how he could do against one of the best in the world right now. And Jessie's style is quite unique in 1 versus 1. He does like to go for a lot of bumps, and his dribbles are definitely world class. So will that cause problems for Fairy Peak? That will be something that we'll be looking out for. How is Fairy Peak going to be able to deal with Jessie's dribbles? So far, we have not yet been able to identify, because Fairy Peak is just taking up possession, 1 of 50-50 in the midfield, and that'll be a goal. Low 50-50. Jessie pre-jumping a little bit too high on that one. Is this going to YouTube? It probably will be, yeah. Most of the 1 series do. YouTube, of course, complaining that there aren't enough 1 series, but it is really hard to get people to play 1s these days. Trust me, guys. I try. I'm not going to just quit on that for you guys. Good turnover of possession by Jessie. Might be on net here. He's going to squash it in. That was really quick. To go from a dangerous position on the wall, taking it over the top of Fairy, side flipping and boosting all the way through the side flip to continue moving forward. Hey, Jackus, thanks for the sub, by the way. I see that. I appreciate it, buddy. Let me just really quickly get my Streamlabs up so I don't miss anything. Hopefully I won't miss anything important. If I fall behind, we'll just catch up after the game. Jessie, he doesn't have to... well, most people aren't expecting him to cause any problems for Fairy Peak. And that could be the thing that gives him a good chance in this matchup. Of course, Fairy Peak, last time he was on stream, 4-0'd K-Dop, so this guy's definitely on fire. And what a save, Jessie at the near post. Does fly onto the boost as well. Fairy Peak at the last second lifting the ball a little bit higher. Jessie might have a goal here. Yes, he will. Fairy Peak unable to deal with Jessie's near post pressure. Jessie takes the lead. This could be huge if Jessie can get even a game off Fairy Peak. I'm sure that would surprise the majority of viewers here. Kickoff goes in his favor. Jessie, definitely one of his strengths is his dribbling. Very good at controlling the ball, good at mixing things up as well. Liking to go for low 50-50s and mind games. Trying to not get bumped on the wall here is Jessie. He's snaking around as he is shadowing. He doesn't want to make his line very obvious, or else Fairy Peak might be able to... Oh my goodness, what a boomer! I was going to say Fairy Peak might be able to read where he's going and get a interception. Despite the fact that this hit both posts, it's still 94 kilometers an hour. Fairy Peak unable to pinch that one out as Jessie squeezes it in. That's his second goal that he's squeezed in at that near post. 3-1 up. He's scored 3 goals consecutively as well. Fairy Peak struggling at the start of this game to cope with Jessie's very aggressive, very fast dribbling style. Again, solid near post defense by Jessie, coming down off the wall and transitioning straight into an attack. Not just dealing with Fairy Peak's shot, but getting the ball straight into a defensive position. That touch might be ill-advised, however. Jessie does turn in the midfield. Doesn't have any boost, but he doesn't need boost. Just flicking it right over the top of Fairy Peak. It looked like he might be in trouble here after he flicked the ball up, but he just ignored the boost to the side, used the 30 or so that he had remaining, caught the ball in the midfield. Fairy Peak was fully expecting Jessie to back off there, but Jessie turns around really quickly, and he's definitely on fire right here. Fairy Peak missing an open net. This is not going well for the Frenchman.
Stream. Long time. Hope all has been well, mate.
Hey, JW Frogger, I have been streaming a bit later recently. Glad to have you here, buddy. Is that 8 months? Or 6 months? Sorry, I can't read, but that is a badge upgrade. Beautiful. Another green one in the chat. And yeah, hopefully I'll be trying to do some more early streams before I go to America next week. Probably a couple at the start of the week, if all goes to plan. Currently, one man's plan is succeeding, and it is this man right here. Jessie, formerly Jessie Pinkman.
Strictly for Rocket League Chaos.
Rooting for Jessie, strictly for Rocket League Chaos. If Jessie could take a series off Fairy Peak. That would be one of the biggest upsets in 1v1 history, certainly on my stream, because Jessie has had some decent performances. He's taken games off Scrub here and there, but most of the time he has been a tier below the very top level of 1v1 competition. And Fairy Peak is definitely at that top level these days, with wins against the likes of Scrub Killa twice in a row actually, and also taking a very dominant win over K-Dop recently, of course. Anyone subbing for the first time, by the way, remember to refresh the page, to refresh your page so that you can get that that Streamlabs pop-up. Jessie's wasting time really well here. The clock is working in his favor here, and he's done well. Managed to just keep the ball in this exact same corner that Fairy Peak stole the boost from, and he's gonna commit to a challenge successfully. Aggression again from Jessie, transitioning straight down the middle of the field. Not gonna waste any time. Fairy Peak was not expecting Jessie to come out here. He fully expected Jessie to play that safer, because of course Jessie has the lead. Most players in that situation do not take many risks. Cheeky little face-off by Fairy Peak will give him a chance, and he's gonna take it.
I went to get one Jaffa cake out the cupboard, but as I put them back the whole packet fell out onto my plate, so I took it as a sign that God wanted me to eat 12
Yes.
Jaffa cakes. So now I have 12 Jaffa cakes. Smile.
Good decision. Of course, 12 Jaffa cakes is definitely greater than one. And more aggression by Jessie, just plowing straight into the ball. Notice that he didn't jump into that 50-50 though. He didn't want to end up clattering into the wall, increasing his recovery time. He just stayed on his wheels, and with just about 40 seconds left, Jessie's on the ball, full boost. He's looking to take a game off Fairy Peak here. Fairy Peak has been unable to deal with the aggressive dribbling style, and Jessie at the near post again, causing problems. Fairy Peak desperately needs a goal here. Might go for the montage play. He's freestyling, gets it on net. Crossbar denies him the 1 goal gap. Jessie's picking up charity pads. Fairy Peak still desperately needs a goal. Goes low, wins the 50-50, gets the shot on target. 1 goal the difference, 15 seconds to do it in. Fairy Peak has found more success with the low 50-50. Sees the pre-jump of Jessie and just stays with his plan. Kickoff has to go in Fairy Peak's favor, or else Jessie might take this. And Jessie, straight off the bat, has the ball going towards Fairy's net, and he's gonna get a 50-50 goal. Up by 2. This is brutal for Fairy Peak. Jessie just muscles it in, and he's going to take a 1-0 lead here against all odds. Jessie from the Netherlands is putting up a great fight here. Great aggression and a deft air dribble just to threaten a 7th goal. Will not make it across the line. GGs are called. And let me just really quickly put up a scoreboard here. And for anyone who is joining, this is the correct score. You're not joining another Johnny Boy Beaned overlay stream. This is exactly what you see is what you get. Jessie 1, Fairy 0. Going into game 2 of the best of 5. RLCS today. RLCS is in 1 hour and 17 minutes, so I'm gonna stream until then.
Nice.
Just minimize this window real quick. So Jessie, he'll badly want to be winning this game. He has had a resurgence in Rocket League 2v2, almost reaching the top 10 in the leaderboard recently, just due to the sheer amount of games that he's been grinding in. Of course, for a while, he sort of gave up on competitive Rocket League, or took a break, shall we say. Good awareness of when the boost was going to spawn. Notice Jessie was already backing up to get it before it had appeared. He knew the timer pretty well, but he has used the majority of said boost. Good mind game to get Fairy back off, but Jessie is very boost hungry right now. That trigger finger on the boost throttle is very itching to get using that boost, as again he's starved. Fairy boxing him in. Shot does get saved. Well identified by Jessie. He saw the shot coming, and he's again on the fast dribble. Hooks it to the near post. Can't get it on target. Fairy Peak does get back in time. Are we going to see another off the wall play? Yes, we will. Fairy Peak did this at this end of the last game. Again, unsuccessful. The post denies him this time. Jessie closing the distance. Doesn't need boost if he can get to the ball first. Fairy Peak unable to turn on Jessie with an demo. That is something we've come to expect from him. While we're waiting for the next play to develop. Pumpernickel, 8 months. Appreciate the resub, dude. Shaz Her is 6 months. Nice from you. And Henrik Carson, 4 months. Welcome back to you also. Appreciate all the resubs, guys. Oh my goodness, my eye is itchy. Finally, the aggression of Jessie will go punished. Fairy Peak, realizing that Jessie has been moving in at the earliest possible moment, so consistently, just pops it up, takes a long shot. That is not going to get saved. Jessie out of position. It's the best of 5 or best of 7. The best of 5. Best of 5. Again, I'll keep reiterating. If anyone has subbed for the first time, you have to refresh your Twitch page for Streamlabs to notify me that you have subscribed. Jessie again using a lot of boost very quickly. Might want to be a little bit more careful with that. Early challenge, somewhat successful. He's playing very fast as Jessie. This is a faster Jessie than I think I've ever seen before. He's outpacing Fairy Peak around the field right now. And again, another early challenge just closes the distance. Putting pressure on the Frenchman. Winning possession for himself. Drops the ball. Not sure if that was intended, but with a Devo-esque power slide dribble, able to at least threaten the shot on net. That's a very good pop by Jessie, able to get the ball over the top of Fairy, away from danger, but Fairy will recycle and fire on net for the double. 2-0, Fairy Peak, clean sheet, over half the game gone, looking much more controlled in the second game here. When is this going to YouTube? Probably over a week from now, because I do have a backlog. I'm making a little backlog of videos at the moment because I'm going to be traveling a lot and I want to have videos every day for you guys while I'm traveling. So if this is a little bit, you know, more delayed than you're used to, like if I'm talking about things like RLCS is happening today for North America, obviously that might be a week ago if you're watching on YouTube. A waste of money. He's under the part. Thanks for the waste of money, dude. Appreciate it. Jessie again with a low 50-50, or just an absolute fake this time, not even opting to dodge into the ball. That is yet to work for our Octane friend here. He has won 50-50s by forcing it through Fairy Peak, but he has yet to completely fake Fairy Peak into jumping over the ball. Look at the shot from Fairy, the speed that he's able to get on that. It's quite frightening. And Jessie not in a good position here. Early challenge yet again. Fairy Peak is going to start reading this, I guarantee you. As Jessie will have to start mixing in some fake challenges. The problem is that he uses so much boost to close the gap that he doesn't have much when he turns around to go back to goal. So much boost being used by the hungry Dutchman. As Fairy Peak creeps up yet again. Top corner is looking very, very fresh at the moment. Fairy Peak is just looking so deadly right now. There's his patented delayed flick, this time not able to get the power that we're used to seeing from him. Jessie with a quick recycle will get his first goal of the game. That was very impressive on the recovery. Catching Fairy off guard with speed here. Dodges into the boost, immediately recovers, gets back down and up again. He had to be careful not to jump too soon. Of course, when you're coming down off that curved wall, if you jump too early, then your car sometimes just gets stuck on the ground, as the suspension of the car, if it is still on the downward spiral, does make jumping difficult. Jessie will not get a fortunate dunk on the end of this shot, and Fairy Peak will punish the aggression. Oh, barely pinches it in. Yes, he does. The slowest goal we've seen of the day, but it does make it over the line, and that is all that matters. Fairy Peak just squashes it in. He tried to pinch it much faster than that, but with 3 goals of difference and how controlled Fairy Peak has looked in game 2, I really don't see Jessie being able to bring this one back. He's going to have to find ways to put Fairy in uncomfortable situations like he did in game 1, because this was just Fairy Peak looking imperious, very in control. Jessie has to tap boost and not hold. Oh, Fairy Peak once again beats Jessie to the ball, threatening an aerial from such an early time Look at that. The recovery off the wall. Just perfect knowledge of where the goal is. The entire time he had ball cam on there. Recovers on the wall, jumps off straight away, and spirals towards it. That is quite impressive.
Let's go fairy.
Holy cow. Bacchus. Is that $100 to the prize pool? Are you serious? I mean, yeah, absolutely. I'll throw that in there. I'll tell these guys that there is a prize pool because that is a huge donation, Bacchus. Fairy Peak has tied it up here. Wow. I don't know what to say. That came out of nowhere. Just $100. Bang. I think it's $100 at least. Let me quickly get the price bill up in stream, guys. What is it at? Of course, I'm operating in pounds, so that's why the number might look different from what I'm saying. K'd up, donate. So Fairy Peak asking if it was K'd up who donated the prize pool. A bit cheeky. Yeah, no one man spamming, guys. No one man spamming. It's going to be best of 7. No, we'll keep it a best of 5 just because we want to get another game as well today, and hopefully we'll be able to do that. Oh, sorry, I made the prize pool, but I forgot to enable it, so it should appear here. Let me just update the score as well before this game gets going. 1-1 is the score. 3 games to determine who will walk away with today's money. There should be a donation goal appearing above me any second. Any minute now. There it is. Alright, so 77 of... I called it 77. It's actually 7703, but you know, we'll round up if we get to the end and it's close to a proper number. Jesse will be kicking himself for not saving this flick from Fairy.
Denial and Genesis to make clan along with Resonant and Mock it. Yeah.
Denial and Genesis. I certainly hope not. That would be a resident sleeper. A resident sleeper, am I right? But Free Sorrel, thanks for the sub, by the way. Appreciate it. Oh my goodness, what a shot by Fairy. Rips it, top corner. Now that there's money on the line, we might be seeing Fairy Peak coming out of a shell, and there it is. The punish. We talked about this. Jessie has been so consistently challenging the ball, trying to close the distance. And Fairy Peak knows that, just fires over his shoulder. No chance for him to get in the way of the shot or make it back to goal. Still a long time left in this game. Jessie again, using all of his boosts so early. Gets a bump on a Fairy Peak though, who is the favorite still, due to the amount of boost that he has. The more efficient of the two players is the one we're currently looking at. Jessie bouncing off the ball. It's out of boost already. Fairy Peak, on the other hand, sitting pretty. You're still annoyed that Iris got knocked out so early? Yeah, I'm sure that most people would have loved to see Iris in the group stage, and indeed the LAN. I know I would. Finally, a little bit of control for Jessie. What a shot! The half volley whip off the wall. I don't know if he expected that power himself. That was something special by Jessie right there. The timing, he almost pinched it himself off the wall, making contact right as the ball touched the surface. Jessie desperately trying with no boost to get a shot on target, but it is to no avail. Fairy Peak will run this one all the way in. Excuse me for a second, guys. Hold on. I won't make you listen to this. Almost forgot to unmute, but yeah, I'm saying if I see anybody's name writing something twice, you're banned, by the way. You're banned. That's all I was saying. Meanwhile, Fairy Peak is looking absolutely in control here. Actually, guys, calm down. At least I got everybody to change the spam to something actually relevant. All I said is if you one man spam, you're banned. Simple. I'm banning you because I don't need that. The only rule we have here, apart from obvious stuff like no racism. Oh, Jessie might be in trouble here. Another long shot by Fairy. Such power, such precision.
I wish I could watch your stream, but it is always muted. Moi.
9 months, what do you mean? Thanks for the 2 months, by the way, but it's not muted, dude. I swear. Electric Booger's also with 2 months. Phenomenal name, by the way. That is a good name. But my goodness, what can Jessie do from this position? He has just lost the efficiency game. Efficiency of possession, efficiency of boost, efficiency in the challenging. All going in favor of the Frenchman, and it is starting to show. Fairy Peak this time gets a lucky bump as he lands on Jessie, who is, again, unsurprisingly out of boost. And look at the problems that is starting to cause him as he drops the ball. There's nothing he could do about that. It just ran too far ahead of him. Hey, Tamerlaniak, thanks for the 4 months. You think my mic... Dude, if you tell me that one more time. Jessie forced into a backflip dribble, as his first touch did leave him with only that option to put the ball on target. 5-0. This is looking completely different from game 1, where Fairy Peak seemed to be surprised and taken off guard, or caught off guard by Jessie's fast dribbles.
The first commercially successful self-scouring steel plow closely parallels the settlement and development of the Midwestern
What on earth
United
is this
States.
spam?
Dare
What are
was
you talking
born
about?
in Rutland, Vermont, on February 7th, 1804, the third son.
Am I missing something? Doof Bumbler, thanks for the 6 months, by the way. Appreciate it, buddy. I have no idea what on earth you're talking about, but that is a badge upgrade, so I'm happy about that. That's cool. More green in the chat. Oh, Jessie gets denied by the bar down. Will he get it over? Yes, he will. Fairy Peak, unable to turn and face the ball in time. Still not out of the woods is the Frenchman. Driving the toilet seat looking car. I always feel like the little black center, what do you call it? The roof right behind the window in the Batmobile. It just looks like a toilet seat to me when it's wobbling around. It's only when you look at it from behind. Oh, Jessie might have this in target. Great recovery and the finish. Really good stuff from Jessie right here to recover and put the shot on net after he did so well to force Fairy out of position. And with a boost steal, he might have another chance. Fairy with his savagery, though. And we've seen how good his shots have been. Jessie going straight back to net. He knows that the danger is imminent. Oh, Jessie has beaten it. Fairy Peak will capitalize. Jessie trying to come off the wall here and take Fairy off. Catch Fairy by surprise. He was trying to catch Fairy moving in for a tap in and tap it over the top of his head. But Fairy Peak was aware of the situation. Again, we're still not over, but Jessie needs to win every kickoff from this point onwards. How is it gonna go? This is a good start. Jessie should have another kickoff goal here, and he will. 31 seconds, 2 goals the difference. Jessie's making a game out of this. He started off 5-0 down, but he is coming back. The dead-on kickoff. This is the one that I always struggle against Batmobile players myself. It is so hard to get it around them with almost no angle to work with. But Jessie has to go up here. Doesn't go proactively. Waits for Fairy to go first, and Fairy will say thank you very much. I will beat you to that ball. You thought I streamed high level 1v1, but you just got here and it's Jessie. What do you mean? Jessie's taking a game off Fairy Peak. That's a feat the K-Dop couldn't replicate recently. And Jessie forced into an own goal here. That is going to be game. It was already game. The second that Fairy Peak won that face-off, it was over. For this game 3, when is RLCS in Europe time? It's exactly a minute from now on the hour. Exactly a minute. Jessie will practice his shooting, but it is to no avail. At least he made this scoreline look a little bit prettier. But if we're honest, he needs to be a lot more efficient with his boost usage. It's almost like Jessie's boost canister is leaking, and Fairy Peak's is just perfect. He's driving an extremely efficient Batmobile, Jessie, in the Octane, the gas guzzler. By the way, Deepex, thanks for the 2 months. A lot of 2-month resubs today. I appreciate that, guys. Welcome back. Yes, I mean, you can all spam the same thing. If everybody's spamming the same thing, to me, that's just like democracy. You're all saying, you're all trying to get one point across. But if one person is spamming it, that's just, you know, attention seeking. So that if somebody's attention seeking, they get banned. Oh, what up, Tilsy? I only had to ban like 3 people today, so no big deal. 3 attention seeking scumbags. Oh, Jessie has to look out. Fairy Peak shots have been on point today. And Jessie's reactive goalkeeping has just left him with no chance. Trying to fake a challenge, but Fairy Peak calls his bluff. Calls his bluff. Maybe not the best time to be shooting when Fairy's about to go up for an aerial. And Fairy Peak could be going home with $100 right here. If he could just control this Dutchman for another 4 minutes and 35 seconds. Cake. Oh my goodness. Now I'm hungry. You guys have made me hungry all of a sudden. But if Jessie wants to get back into this game, he needs to go back to the game 1 Jessie. He needs to start challenging with conviction, with confidence, with violence, with speed, with momentum, because right now he is running away. He is giving Fairy Peak all the space and time to do whatever he wants, and Fairy is just scoring top bins every single time. He's not gonna miss from that range. Kick is amazing, you're right. Jessie again, I've criticized him in the past of being the creator of some of the ugliest cars I have ever seen in Rocket League, but this is one of his less awful creations. Fairy Peak showing us how it's done. 61 boost remaining after he's made the save. Look at what that enables him to do. He's able to get to the boost in the corner, take control of the ball, and all because he is managing his boost so well. Look at this entire time, never wasting anything, so that he can always stay in the game. Misjudging the backboard though. Fairy Peak panicking, thinking that Jessie's shot was on target when it was way over the bar and also wide of the net. Hey, Gathoniel 1.
You on Twitch.
Refrigerator. Thanks for the sub, dude. Appreciate it. Glad to have you here. There we go. Jessie looking a lot more like his game 1 self. Early challenge, but he might have wasted too much time here. What is he gonna do? Delayed dodge. Will secure the goal. Nice play by Jessie. His initial catch really was not as good as it could have been. He could have ran that ball in with 1 hit, but he decided to take 3, and it has worked out. Turtle Head Life, thanks to the 5 months.
Which is more devastating, a thermonuclear explosion or a Johnny Boy _ I kitten 5 months went by fast. Keep up the good work, moi.
Hey, thanks for the kind words, dude. I appreciate that. Jessie with the decent recovery, but he's gonna have to do better than that against Fairy Peak, who runs it right to the far post, knowing Jessie can't make it there in time. Still, 1 goal the difference. This is definitely closer than most of us would have expected, myself included. I did say Jessie would take a game, but he has done admirably here. Losing out to Fairy Peak's shot accuracy and relentless defending is nothing to be afraid of. And again, Fairy Peak just blasts it. This time he misses the target. That is uncharacteristic for sure. Your sub didn't notify? You need to probably refresh your page, dude. Probably have to refresh your page and hit the share button. So Jessie definitely taking a leaf out of Devo's book here. Look at the speed that he's approaching the net with. Doesn't matter if he's got a bounce dribble. If he's going to use power slide like this, he can change the angle of the ball and get the height exactly when he needs it. Great dribble by Jessie. Fairy Peak giving him a nice one in the chat. He got his ankles completely broken there. Or his axles, I should say. But yeah, that was straight out of the Devo playbook. The speed that he's able to dribble with. Oh, Fairy Peak bar down and over the net. Jessie will recover. Of course, Jessie and Devo do play a fair bit together. So I'm sure Jessie is mimicking Devo. I mean, who wouldn't? One of the best in the world for sure. But still an absolute beanbag at times, aren't you, Devo? You thought, Jessie, that Devo in chat saying he though Jessie that move. He though. Though, is that right, Hen? Oh, Jessie might have taken a little bit of a heavy touch here. Does close the distance though. Fairy Peak out of boost. This is unusual to see. He has been so good with boost management throughout this entire series that we're just never used to seeing him starved completely. Jessie opting for the touch in field. Misses the target. Needs to be taking these chances. This is an extended period of pressure. Jessie should score. Yes, he will. Finds the top corner. Fairy Peak unable to close the distance at any stage during this play. Might have been able to go for the ball there, but he's afraid of Jessie's power slides, as Jessie has shown that he is capable of turning around exceptionally quickly. Certainly world class in that regard. It's an Octane thing, I'd say. Octane players are just... they look like they power slide faster. Oh, Fairy Peak getting faked out there by Jessie. And the dribble Jessie 5 boost is all you need. And he's even going to slow it down, roll it in at a measly 18. I was going to say 20 some. 18 kilometers an hour. My goodness. What an absolute poof of a shot. But would you look at that, guys? Jessie might be taking this to game 5. I'm going for the wall bang onto Fairy. Unfortunately for him, missing it. But there's the early challenge again. This is where he's looked the best. When he is closing the distance, getting in Fairy's face, not allowing Fairy to get the ball close to the net. And again, just instant capitalization on the heavy touch. Jessie is looking right back into his game 1 self right here. Afraid of a long shot, Jessie throws himself in the way of the ball. Fairy Peak is going to slow play, not afraid of the time that is remaining. He's going to just take his time with the possession. Still trusting himself to score this shot in the long run. And there's the fake. Fairy Peak goes under, but the ball is so close. It's so awkward, and he can't get it in. Jessie will save it. Oh my goodness, Fairy Peak couldn't get the post pinch. The ball was just so agonizingly close to a scoreable angle. We saw Fairy Peak score that exact angle in an earlier game, but he was not able to replicate, and this will be Jessie tying the series. Who would have thought that we would be going to game 5 here in Fairy Peak versus Jessie? Definitely a new player is Jessie here, looking much better than he has in recent times. Fairy Bean.
Prize pool.
Shadow Realm to the prize pool goes to 1541. Appreciate it, buddy. Almost £100 in the pot. And Fairy Peak with an absolute clanger right off his own crossbar. You'll be so glad that that didn't go in. It's Jessie looking for boost pads here. Is this a bug, or is he actually just left ball cam off this entire time? Okay. I was checking if that was a bug or if Jessie was genuinely not using ball cam that entire time. Usually players flick it on and off at that time. My goodness, Fairy Peak, cam yourself. What a flick. But Fairy Peak is not looking as clinical as we're used to seeing from him. I think we got default camera settings, Jessie, here. That is an unfortunate thing to see. What a bump by Jessie. Will he get the counter attack? He should. First touch is not what it should have been. Fairy Peak is out the game though. Jessie up by 1. What is this? The bump by Jessie came out of nowhere, sends Fairy Peak absolutely flying, and even tripped him up by accident in the midfield. We see Fairy Peak there landing on Jessie's car, getting completely stuck, unable to drive forward. Jessie, if he can hold this lead for 4 minutes and 10 seconds, will be taking down one of the best in the world. And Fairy Peak beats the flick. He is definitely shaken right now. He is rattled. Jessie will run it in, turtling it no less. 2-0 to the Pinkman. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Jessie is giving Fairy Peak not only a run for his money, but a absolutely nail-biting game here. Fairy Peak, kickoff goal, right when he needed it most. Back within 1. We have not seen too many cheeky kickoffs by Fairy Peak. One of the main perpetrators of the delayed kickoff on stream. Jessie again leaving his bump until the last second, and then popping the ball a second time. Also giving a go at popping a Batmobile. Oh, Fairy Peak might get another goal here. No, the post denies him. Boost steal on the exit. Jessie has used every single ounce of boost to try and close the distance. Unable to do so, but the post again saves him. Oh my goodness. So many posts. Fairy Peak 5 shots, only 1 goal to show for it all. And Jessie, meanwhile, is clinging on for dear life. Fairy Peak did not realize that he was going to be in a 1v2 when I invited him to stream today. Going up against not only Jessie, but also the post of the goal. Oh, Jessie going a little bit too far in front though. He needed 2 jumps there, one to go up and then one to go sideways, and of course that is not possible, at least not in the version of Rocket League that I play. That'd be a pretty cool mod though, triple jump Rocket League. Oh, Fairy Peak collecting the boost in the midfield. Has the advantage. Jessie tries to pre-jump, got close but not close enough. Fairy Peak just trusting himself to fire at speed right under the bar. Every single time, just booms it. Every single time. And he's back in the lead. 3 goals consecutively. Jessie's gonna close the distance again, forgoing the mid boost. He's off the wall and into the net. Jessie Pinkman ties the game. Beautiful aggression. Closes the gap with almost no boost, and then with all that he had left is able to find the angle. What an equalizer by Jessie. Will he be able to get the shot on net? I apologize guys for the default camera glitch. These are not Jessie's camera settings. It's a spectator bug. Jessie late dodge lifts it over Fairy. How does he do it? Fairy Peak giving him another nice one in the chat, acknowledging the fact that he just got outplayed. Jessie almost vertical underneath the ball, just pops it forward. If he had leaned any further back, that would not have worked. That was perfect by Jessie to be leaning just a tiny bit forward into the ball so that his front flip would actually propel him forwards. Of course, front flips when you're facing backwards do not send you forwards at all. Jessie going for the demo in the midfield. That would have been a goal had he got any contact. So much boost has been used to try and go for that demo, and none is remaining for the shot, but Jessie is starving Fairy Peak very well right now. All the boost is gone. Fairy Peak not able to get a good shot. He is on the run, only able to get 12 boost. Again, Jessie with the sidewinder dribble and the shot to the bottom corner, up by 2. 2 minutes remain.
May as well put this Twitch Prime to use.
Hey Chuzzles, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate it, buddy. The Devo didn't want to play because Jessie's too good. That's not what I heard. I heard that Devo didn't want to play Jessie because he knows that Jessie's a bit of a meme in the Rocket League community. What a demo by Jessie, just plows through the challenge. This is great for Jessie, by the way. Full boost, control of the ball. If he can keep this ball moving, he doesn't even need a goal. This is a situation that favors him sevenfold. And like I was saying, Jessie is a player who gets a lot of flack both on my stream and on Scrub streams. Oh my goodness, what a save. Fairy Peak recovering inside the goal so quickly, and he'll get a counter-attack goal. Phenomenal stuff by the Frenchman. He's not done yet, as Jessie was threatening to extend his lead to 3. Fairy Peak comes out of the net backwards and pre-jumps to block the shot. That was insane. But let me explain very quickly to all of you guys who think that Jessie is a meme. He, on his day, can take a game off anyone in the world in 1v1. That is all you need to know about this man. He has probably beaten everybody in the world at some point, and he is showing us how he does it today. Dribbles, definitely world class on his part. His bump game, up there with the best in the world. Challenges and goalkeeping are usually the areas where he falls short, but his challenges have been so clinical today, and a casual shot takes it over the top of the boost-starved Fairy Peak. I'll catch up with the rest of the subs after the stream, guys, or after the series. This is getting very, very close to a huge upset. A huge, huge upset. This is what happens when someone practices Rocket League day in, day out, just spams the 2v2 ranked leaderboard. 40 seconds remain. What is Fairy Peak going to do to try and win? He has a shot opportunity. Jessie closes the distance. Might extend the lead. Yes, he will. 3 goals in the lead. Jessie showing us exactly why he is causing Fairy Peak so many problems. Fairy expecting Jessie to go back, but Jessie knows that. Just guns in straight for the ball. Knows that that is what he's best at. And he will get another goal. This might be the series right here, as the ball is going to go again to safety. Jessie on the run. Fairy Peak running out of time. Can't find the net. Jessie, surely he has done it. Fairy Peak post is all he's gonna get, and that is game. Jessie has taken down Fairy Peak. Those are words I never thought I'd say, at least not in 2017. But GG's, well played. Jessie does take it.
Finally caught a stream. Who do you think will get regionals for NA?
GG's. Who do I think will go for regionals for North America? You mean to the LAN? I don't think Denial and Genesis will win. So Jessie has done it, and he's gonna go home with a decent chunk of change as well. Let me really quickly check. It's £96. Oh, we'll chuck in this as well. Let's just call it 100.
This is for the prize pool you got, Dan Weenie boy. Don't even try to skim some off the top.
Dude, I never skim.
How's your rainbows? Much love, Johnny boy.
It's 128. Like the prize pool at £99, 25 pence. That comes out at $128. So we'll just call it 130. We'll call it 130. Because I never skim. Don't worry. I always like go round up. If anything, I round up.
For Rocket League Chaos.
Bumper nickel as well. I take it that's for the prize pool as well. Well, we read. I don't know what's a. If only there was a good number. We'll call it $133.70. That's what we'll call it. But GG's, well played to Jessie. Huge win. Huge win. We could go talk to him. Shall I go do a post-match interview, guys? Shall I go do a post-match interview with our champion? Jessie, I could go in comms. Is that what you guys want? Yeah. All right, let's go hear if he's absolutely buzzing. Jessie.
Yo, what up?
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Yo, Jessie.
I actually did not expect that myself either, but
nobody did expect that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But hey, now we know why Devo was so scared.
Yeah.
To play you.
Yeah, Devo was actually.
I heard that P Devo to play. What was up with that?
Because like I'm a fair person. I've like put money in prize pools like several times. It wouldn't be a first. I've been the one to start prize pools on the stream like multiple occasions, multiple times.
Okay.
What did you think when he took game 2 and 3 though? And
I felt like he just played bad the first game, but at least I got one game.
Yeah, you got one game, and then he's in control. So you thought it was over?
Yeah, I was like, well, yeah, I was just glad I got one game at that point. And
so
then,
how did you come back then? Because actually, he was winning game 4 as well, 3-2. But then you turned it around.
You mean? No, game 4. Yeah. I don't know, just kept playing, kept trying, and eventually I won.
I mean, it looked to me like you started off all guns blazing, throwing yourself into every challenge, and like it caught him off guard, and that worked in game 1. Then you sat back a little bit and weren't as aggressive, and he took 2 games. Then you just went all out again and won.
Yeah.
So that just the strategy that works for you? Just going for the ball.
Just like trying to score goals probably works the best.
Trying to score goals.
Melt was playing for Jessie. Melt held Jessie's control.
No, what are you talking about, man?
Why are you telling him?
I'm joking.
Ow!
That's unbelievable. But no, yeah, that's like a elite prize pool, by the way. $133.70.
How much?
$133.70.
Yeah.
That will be split, but you're gonna get more than 100 for a cheeky little best of 5. Not bad for a Saturday at the office.
Pretty good.
Wednesday RLCS. It's in 40 minutes. I'll try cast one more series, guys. If I can find a GG.